Fit people, what is one healthy habit you have that almost everyone overlooks? I had a patient come in complaining that he felt fatigue, brain fog, and moodiness. He thought it was just due to stress or a lack of sleep, and asked me what medication he could take to make those problems go away. But something didn't feel right to me, and I couldn't pinpoint whether it was the fact he was out of breath from just walking into my office, or the fact the ground shook when he walked. I told him that I thought there was some damage happening inside of him that he wasn't aware of, and I would like to run some tests on him to confirm. However, he told me that there was no need for that, and he would be gone as soon as I told him what medication he needed. I ignored his request and asked him if he woke up feeling groggy in the morning even if he slept for 10 hours straight. He told me that he did, and that it got worse around 3 p.m. so he always had to take a nap. I asked him if he couldn't focus on anything because his mind was always drifting off, and he told me that it was hindering his ability to even work. I asked him if he couldn't help being in a bad mood. He said he was always stressed and acted out, so people didn't like being around him anymore. I asked him to tell me what he ate in a day, and he told me that he ordered out a lot, drank away his problems, and even said he couldn't go a day without getting a sweet treat. It seemed like his unhealthy lifestyle had finally caught up with him. I told him that it sounded like his liver was failing him and that's why he was experiencing all those things. I explained that liver failure is one of the worst deaths imaginable because it's a slow process. Your stomach can be uncomfortable and you may feel groggy, but you don't feel like you're dying. Eventually, your liver will quit working. You'll get confused and feel disoriented, like you're losing your mind. Not long after, your body shuts down. And you're lucky if your doctor is able to even catch the disease because most times we can't figure out what's wrong until it's too late. My patient immediately asked me what he could take to fix his liver. I told him that I wanted to make sure I was correct first, so I ran an ultrasound on his liver. When I got it back, my suspicion was confirmed because the ultrasound ended up displaying a liver that was brighter than the kidney, which is a sign that fat had infiltrated the liver. Once I had concrete proof, I told him that the liver medication we're supposed to prescribe isn't effective and most of our patients end up needing Kobe instead. I suggested that he drink as little alcohol as possible, eat fruits and vegetables instead of his sweet treats, and exercise so that he could lose weight. He told me that he would do all that, and for his sake I really hoped he did. As the months passed I was worried I wouldn't see him ever again, but exactly 12 weeks later he appeared in my office. Just from looking at him I could tell he wasn't exhausted, so I asked him if he was sleeping better. He could sleep for 6 hours and still wake up refreshed. He then said that once his mood improved and he was nicer to everyone, people started to realize he wasn't so bad to be around. So, he was getting invited out more and people were excited to talk to him. I was glad to hear that, and then asked him about his diet because some people can't hang out without going to eat at some fast food place. He said that he cut down on fast food every day and just ate it every now and then, and sometimes chose an apple over a cookie, but he cut out alcohol for good. After our talk, I ran another test on his liver to make sure he was in the clear. Sure enough, the weight and fat on his liver had significantly decreased. I told my patient the good news and he went home happy.